Hi there, it's Spiritual Sunday. Welcome to Talks with DK. Today we're going to talk about something I think most of you are familiar with, the law of attraction. The Secret was a best-selling self-help book written and published by Rhonda Byrne in 2006. Rhonda has written several additional books since then, and she still hasn't stopped trying to get her message out. I just recently watched a film that stars Katie Holmes and Josh Lucas called The Secret, Dare to Dream. And it's not a documentary, it's a regular film telling a story, but the secret is behind it, of course. Rhonda was instrumental in mainstreaming the concept of meditation and visualization and vision boards to create what you want in your life. In simplistic terms, Rhonda's book and her documentary and her film teach you that like attracts like. So if you think about being rich, you can become rich. And if you think about bad things happening to you, bad things will happen to you. Now, what Rhonda teaches is accurate. However, it's not quite that simple to manifest your dreams. If only it took a vision board and thinking about it to attract extreme wealth. I had already learned some of these concepts from Dharma, but I was still excited when The Secret came out because it started to mainstream these concepts. Not long after The Secret came out, I discovered that in 2004, Esther and Jerry Hicks published a book called Ask and It Is Given, Learning to Manifest Your Desires. This book was published 2 years before The Secret. But not as many people gravitated toward that book because the information was coming from a non-physical entity like Dharma and was being channeled. Channeling kind of scared people still back then. I even saw that with Dharma. People would come and have one reading, and then they would never come back again because they were afraid. I personally was grateful for everything that I was learning from Dharma and Rhonda Byrne and Abraham Hicks and any other spiritual teacher that was talking about this concept. One thing that The Secret didn't focus on as much as Abraham did was the most important part of manifestation: your emotions. A few years later, in 2007, Abraham Hicks published a book called The Astonishing Power of Emotions. Let Your Feelings Be Your Guide. I listened to the CD version of this book around 2010, and it really helped to drill these concepts into my head. And I have been manifesting ever since. Okay, so remember what I said last week? Our actions hold energy that we put out into the universe. But more importantly, relative to this week's episode on the law of attraction, our thoughts and our emotions put out energy into the universe as well. So, when we ask God or the universe for what we want, we need to watch what we put out on a daily basis. Otherwise, we can nullify what we've requested. Working the law of attraction is about keeping our thoughts and our emotions positive, which in turn keeps our vibration high so that we can attract what we most desire. Anger, hostility, frustration, hatred. These emotions come with a price to pay. Not only do these emotions prevent you from attracting what it is that you desire, but they are also toxic to the body and can cause illness and disease. But as we go through life, people annoy us. They hurt us. They upset us. Situations annoy us and they upset us. So how do we stop focusing on the negative when it's around us all of the time? First of all, and this might be obvious, is that you want to focus on the positive at all times, even in negative situations. I was looking over a reading that Dharma gave to us in 2011 when he was talking about how much chaos and confusion there was back then, just like there is right now. He told us to stay positive. That is your only protection, he said. Being negative brings about more negativity that comes straight back to you. He goes on to say, it doesn't sound like I am saying a lot, but I am really giving you the keys to the universe. Never send energy back unless it's based on love. And don't absorb the energy either because it's not yours. Love yourself and move aside from it. What does it martial artists say? Yield to the force and move forward. When you have a thought that this is not good or that is not good, change it immediately, right then and there. Here's a tool he gave us to navigate this very hard lesson. When you have a bad thought or when you say something negative, say out loud or in your head, cancel and purify. Dharma told us that we can't help seeing or hearing negative things in our life, but we don't have to internalize them. Say to yourself, bless the being and the path they are on, and then say thank you that that is not your path. In other words, love and allow others to be who they are. If they're putting out negative, they will have to suffer the consequences of that energy. So don't join them. Distance yourself from that energy. These are Dharma's exact words. Remember to only pass on positive energy. Hold the negativity back. Cancel and purify it. Don't send out any more. The world right now has too much of it, and more positive energy you send out, the less negative energy that will exist. One little light from your positive thought can lighten a room that is filled with darkness. So it is very important. Got it? Now, let's talk about gratitude, the most powerful emotion of all. Gratitude can literally shift every negative emotion you have into a positive one. It does take practice, but you need to work towards finding the positive in every negative situation and expressing gratitude. Here's an example. When you receive painful lessons where you learn and grow, say thank you for those lessons and the people who delivered them. Another example. When you are disheartened by something a friend did to betray you, say thank you to the universe for showing you the truth of who that individual is. Say thank you, and then move forward towards forgiveness, or in some cases, the termination of that relationship. We'll talk a little bit more about that when we talk about self-love and self-empowerment, which will probably be 2 weeks from now. I want to offer up to you an exercise that I do every single day that I have been doing literally for years. I truly believe that it has helped me to manifest many positive things, including being a full-time actress in Hollywood. The first thing I do every night before I go to sleep, I say thank you to the universe for 3 things. Sometimes, if you've had a really hard day, it's hard to find something to be thankful for. But I promise you, there is. So find it. The second thing I do is I say 3 prayers for people or animals or situations. And if you can muster up a prayer for somebody that you detest, well, that's even better. I will admit that praying for your adversaries or people that you don't like is a challenge. But remember, whatever you put out comes back to you. So do it for yourself. The third and last thing I do is I visualize something that I want to manifest in my life. Right now, I am currently visualizing myself becoming a SAG-AFTRA member and booking my very first co-star role on television. When you visualize, what you want to do is to be sure to include and feel the emotions that you would feel upon receipt of this manifestation. Your joy, happiness, fulfillment, whatever it is that you're looking for. This exercise is extremely helpful if you have the kind of mind that jumps all over the place and causes insomnia, because your mind can only focus on one thing. So if you're focused on the visualization, you can't be worrying about what you're going to do tomorrow or how you're going to solve this problem that you're having. Just focus on the visualization. I have been doing this for years and I never ever have a problem falling asleep. It really works. Dharma taught his students many sound bites that ring in our heads during times of distress. Here's a summary of the ones you learned in this week's episode. Remember them and use them because they work. Cancel and purify. Love and allow others to be who they are. Bless the being and the path they are on. Thank you. Again, to reiterate what I said last week, if you want to improve your life, improve the vibrations you are putting out to attract what you most desire. I won't lie to you and tell you it's easy, because it's not. But practice makes perfect. Next week will be a short video, but it will be important nonetheless. It's going to be on prayer and meditation. And if it's too short, I'll just throw in another soundbite to teach you that Dharma taught us that will help you on your spiritual journey along the way. So until next Sunday, be blessed, be safe, and namaste.